The County of El Paso Public Works Department is offering sandbags at no cost or requirements to the public. The sandbags are outside of the facilities and are available 24 hours a day. The location of the county facilities are the following: the Road and Bridge Fabens Warehouse, located at 1331 North Fabens Street in Fabens, Texas, 79838. The Road and Bridge Canutillo Warehouse, located at 191 Canutillo Avenue in Canutillo, Texas, 79835. And the Road and Bridge Montana Warehouse, located at 14698 Van Lane, El Paso, Texas, 79938.
Commissioner Andrew Haggerty would like to invite you to his weekly breakfast meeting that takes place every Wednesday at 7:30 a.m. at Danny's Diner, located at 4690 Trans Mountain Road. Every week he has a different speaker who will be discussing topics of interest for the community. So if you live in the Northeast, West Side, or anywhere else in the county, come and join us for the breakfast meeting.
Don't wait in line, pay online. Visit the Financial Recovery Division website at http://www.epcounty.com/budget/financialrecovery.htm to make your payments online or find out more about our kiosk locations. We now accept payments on misdemeanor, felony, and justice of the peace cases.
You can now watch Commissioners Court meetings on YouTube. Go to youtube.com and search for El Paso County Commissioners or El Paso County, Texas. Subscribe to our channels to see our latest videos.
Did you know that you can save money on the cost of your medications? And doing so is easy. In 2015, the County of El Paso launched a prescription discount card program from coast to coast. The cards are available to all El Paso County residents free of charge and everyone qualifies. You can pick up a card at any county office location, Walgreens, Walmart, CVS, or Target pharmacies, or simply print the card at www.coastrx.com. Happy savings!
Did you know the County of El Paso's Purchasing Department is responsible for ensuring that all items and services needed by various county departments are purchased in the manner required by the state of Texas? Whether through formal sealed bids or smaller dollar quotations, the county purchasing team is dedicated to finding the best contracting return on your taxpayer dollars. Additionally, the Purchasing Department is responsible for the tracking of inventory within the county and properly disposing surplus to public auctions. For questions about how to become a vendor and compete for county contracts, or to learn more about public auctions, please contact us at telephone number 915-546-2048.
The 346 District Court Judge Angie Juarez Barriz started the El Paso Veterans Treatment Court program in 2012 for veterans and active service members that have been arrested and charged with a felony or misdemeanor criminal offense. To be considered for the specialty court, the statutory criteria includes be a veteran or current member of the United States Armed Forces, including a member of the Reserves, National Guard, or State Guard, and suffer from a brain injury, mental illness, or mental disorder, including PTSD, or be a victim of military sexual trauma, all occurring or resulting from military service. Call Sylvia Serna, Veterans Program Director, at 915-546-2119, or email her at sserna@epcounty.com for any information.
Did you know that the County of El Paso's fixed asset control and inventory disposal is handled through the purchasing department? Throughout the course of each business year, the county holds live public auctions to dispose of aged equipment, vehicles, furniture, and other items that are no longer needed. To find out about upcoming auctions or to learn more about the county's inventory disposal process, contact the purchasing department at telephone number 915-546-2048.
Good afternoon. Today is Friday, August 17th, 2018. Commissioners Court is meeting in a special session to have a public hearing for item number 2 to receive public comment, both proponents and opponents, on the proposed tax rate for fiscal year 2018-2019 for the County of El Paso.
Good evening, everyone. We appreciate those that could come out, and for those that are listening, we appreciate you taking the time to do so. Commissioners, could we have a motion to enter into the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Fedez.
Aye.
Commissioner Leon.
Aye.
Commissioner Stout.
Aye.
Commissioner Haggerty.
Aye.
Judge vote.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, Commissioners, as you know, this is the second hearing to have a discussion on the county's tax rate. We had one on Tuesday. And so before we begin this public hearing, I'm going to read this into the statement. Read the statement into the record. I apologize. According to the Texas Local Government Code, Section 140.010, the county may not adopt a tax rate that exceeds the lower of the rollback tax rate or the effective tax rate calculated as provided by the Texas Property Tax Code Section 26.04 until it has held 2 public hearings on the proposed tax increase. The tax rate proposed for the County of El Paso on August 6, 2018 exceeded the lower of the effective or rollback tax rates. All persons, both proponents and opponents of the tax increase, will be afforded adequate opportunity to present their views. Do we by chance have anybody here from the public who would like to speak on the county's tax rate prior to the presentation that we're going to receive from our Executive Director of Budget and Fiscal Policy?
I haven't received any, Judge.
Okay. So with that, Mr. Hardgrove, would you like to provide the presentation?
Good evening, Judge and Commissioners. Wally Hargrove from the Office of Budget and Fiscal Policy. I'm going to provide you with a brief overview of the fiscal year 2019 county tax rate. This overview will include the tax rate history and some urban county tax comparisons. Property tax rate history for fiscal year 2019, which is tax year 2018, the newly calculated effective tax rate is 0.447819. Last year's tax rate, FY18, was at 0.452694. We have the same tax rate in fiscal year 17, 16, and 15. As a matter of information, each 1% change on the current effective tax rate generates $1.8 million. Every 1 penny change on this tax rate generates a little over $4.1 million. Just to show you how the county weighs in at a local tax rate comparison chart. And these are the 2017 rates that were adopted. El Paso Independent School District's at $1.31 per $100 valuation, or 44% of the average tax bill. City of El Paso was just over 80 cents last year, made up 27% of the average tax bill. El Paso County came in right in the center of those at 45.25 cents, makes up 15% of the average tax bill. UMC, who will make their presentation at 6 p.m. tonight, was at 25 cents and makes up 9% of the average tax bill. And lastly, El Paso Community College is just over 14 cents and makes up 5% of the average tax bill. I've modified this chart from Monday's presentation based on our budget hearings that we had this week. I'll highlight those changes. At the top of the table, you'll see that our 2018 tax values grew by $1.9 billion, or 4.93%. This was a revaluation year. Central Appraisal District revalues properties every 3 years, and this has been our highest revaluation year in the past decade. The chart below that just represents the 3 rates, effective, current, and rollback, that I discussed earlier. As a matter of information, the interest and sinking, which is the fund that we pay our long-term debt payments, makes up 4.1 cents of the effective 44-cent tax rate, or about 9.5%. Below those tables, it shows how much additional revenue could be generated off of each tax rate over last year's revenue. So the effective tax rate would bring in about $8.4 million new dollars. And that comes from property appraisal increases and new property added to the roll this year. On that new property, about $3.9 million of that 8.4 is associated to a $780 million in new property growth. If we maintain the current tax rate that we have today, 45.25 cents, that would generate about $2 million more than the effective tax rate, or $10.4 million more. And lastly, the rollback tax rate which is the ceiling that the county could consider adopting before having the possibility of a petition being petitioned for rollback election, would generate an additional $21.2 million. How much each of those tax rates represents on the average home value? The 2018 average home value came in at $124,638. That is after the county's $5,000 homestead exemption, so the gross value was $129,000. Taxes due on a home at the effective tax rate would be $558. Under the current tax rate, $564, or $6 a year more, 51 cents a month. And lastly, on the rollback tax rate, it would be an increase of $38. At the bottom of this chart is the change I made as a result of discussions we had in budget hearing. Taking that same rate and looking at average home values last year, homes were valued at $118,853. Last year's tax rate was the same as the tax rate we have now, 45.25 cents. So the average homeowner last year would have paid $538 in taxes. Just with valuation change alone, with the effective tax rate, the number right above that, $558, represents a $20 increase solely attributable to value growth. So if we keep the effective tax rate, the average homeowner in El Paso will pay $20.11 more a year, or $1.68 a month. If we kept the current tax rate, that $20 increase goes up to $26 a year, or $2.18 a month. So that answers the question we were asked in budget hearings. Any questions on this slide? This is just our 11-year run on our effective, our adopted tax rates, broken down by the maintenance and operation component, which is the tax that pays the daily operations of the county, and our INS component, which pays the long-term debt on the county. The average long-term debt has been around 4.5 to 5 cents. Overall, it's averaged about 11% of our tax bill that you'll see on this slide right here. So we actually received also a ratings comment from Moody's that was sent to the court this afternoon. And one of the things that they say is a credit to the county's financial strength is how did they word that, Betsy? A remarkably low or an impressively low amount of debt on our tax rate. So, yeah, extremely low. So that's one of the positive comments we get as far as a community, or not a government, being the county of El Paso. Had we taken into consideration the change in CPI and the impact it potentially had on our tax rate, 8 out of the 11 tax years we've adopted a rate lower than what the CPI rate would have been. In 3 of those years, just a little bit over that CPI growth. Bless you. This just puts the prior table into a graphical representation to show you the impacts of CPI. Comparatively, these are the top 10 urban counties in the state of Texas. You can see El Paso, third from the top at 45 cents. Lowest rate on those top 10 is Collin County at 19 cents. They are a very property-rich county that you'll see in a following slide. This just puts those rates, same rates in the prior graph, into a graphical representation. El Paso being third from the left. El Paso's tax rate as far as gross market value is the second lowest in the top 10 urban counties at $50.9 billion, the highest being Harris County at just over $500 billion. This puts the top 10 tax rates and lays them in comparison to the property values for each of these entities, residential, commercial, and other. And you can see somewhat of an inverse relationship with low property values and a higher tax rate, and you start seeing a smoothing of that from Collin County over to Harris, where their values and tax rates are closer to an alignment. That's the end of my presentation. Does the court have any questions?
Commissioners? Any questions, Commissioner Perez?
Just say thank you for the updated analysis. It's very clear and transparent, and so I don't think there can be any question from the public as to the difference between the effective and the current and the impact on the average homeowner. There were a lot of residents that experienced increases in their property value, and I think this is a very transparent way of presenting
yes, sir.
tax rates. So thank you for that.
We'll present it this way from here on out as well.
Thank you.
Commissioners, any other comments? I want to thank you, Wally, too, and to your team, and to the chief administrator and her team, and to the commissioners. We've had a robust 2 weeks together going through this budget and combing through it, and I think we saw areas that we could improve upon and have seen some successes in ways that we have improved upon in the past. And so thank you for all the work that has gone into to this year's budget so far. We're not out of the woods yet. We still have to approve the budget and
Yes, sir.
the tax rate on Monday, but thank you for all the work you've done so far.
Everyone told me, you're done. I said, no, we're not done until they close the meeting Monday the 27th. So,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Will.
Is there anyone from the public who would like to speak one last time? If not, forever hold your peace. Until the 27th at least? Okay.
Move to close.
So before we close, the Commissioners Court will meet on Monday, August 27th, 2018 at 9:30 a.m. in the Commissioners Court Chambers, Room 303 of the County Courthouse Building, 500 East San Antonio Street, El Paso, Texas 79901, to adopt a property tax rate for the County of El Paso for 2018 to be collected during the fiscal year of 2019. And so with that, Commissioners, can we have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
I'm not playing anymore.
Can we have a second?
You cut me off. I'm not playing.
Commissioner Pettis.
Aye.
Commissioner Leon.
Aye.
Commissioner Stout. Commissioner Haggerty.
Aye.
Judge Vogt.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, I believe that is the only item on our agenda for this evening. So with that, we are adjourned for the county's public hearing on the tax rate.
Thank you, Judge. This concludes today's meeting at 5:44 p.m.